Hello everyone, welcome back in another video. I am Vaibhav. In our today's video, we are going to see string buffer and string builder. So today date is the 3rd of October, 3rd of August 2022, and we are going to see string builder and string buffer. Before going to the string buffer and string builder, we see what is meant by string. So string is nothing but it is a collection of a character or a sequence of a character. That means they compile stored within the one in a certain manner. So string, we are creating string by a two ways. We are seeing our previous video. There are two methods to create a string: by a literal, by using a new keyword. By that means creating by creating object by using new keyword. These are two different ways. In first way, we are creating by using literal. That means let's suppose I am writing a string like a string s1 is equal to Vaibhav. In that time, there within that string is my first one. This string is my data type. Then s1 is the reference for that string, and after the equal to sign, the Vaibhav which is written within the two quotes, and after that there is an end of block. That the written between the two quotes, that is the literal. That means we are creating string by the using only literals. When we creating a string by using a literal, that time in our JVM there is a memory allocation done for the string. How it will be done? Let's we see. Initially, when we creating by using literal, that time the memory allocation should be done in our string constant pool memory. String constant pool memory (SCP) is the one of the part of a heap memory. There is not any separate SCP. SCP is a part of a heap memory. So when we creating that object by using literal, that time memory allocation will be done within the SCP, and after by using second method, that is we are written as string s2 is equal to new string and Vaibhav. In this case, we are writing two same strings, but they writing but the type of writing or creating that string is done by two different manners. First, we are creating by literal, and now we are creating by using new keyword. When we use a new keyword for creating object, that time when we use a new keyword, that time the object allocation is done, memory allocation is done by dynamically. That means when we creating that object, memory will be allocated for that string in specific memories, like it should be created in our heap memory. First it will be stored in our heap memory, and also it's stored in our SCP. One copy will be stored in our SCP. Why it will that will be we are discussing in our previous video. If you forgot, you can remind that video previously uploaded on channel. So after that, we are going towards our main topic, that is string buffer and string builder. So basically string buffer and string builder and string, all of these are the classes. We are see the difference between string buffer and string builder. Due to that, we are get easily understand the difference or meaning of string buffer and string builder. So firstly, uh, uh, let's see the syntax for the string buffer and string builder. Syntax for the string buffer is written as we say creating a new object, like that we are writing a syntax for the string buffer as string buffer sb is equal to new string buffer. After that, parenthesis and end of block or semicolon. That is the syntax for buffer, string buffer. And for string builder, same as we can write as string builder sb is equal to new string builder. After that, parenthesis and end of block. Within that parenthesis, we are passing the parameter for that specific object. That is the difference between the syntax. After that, let's see next point, that is our string buffer is synchronized. That means it's saved from the threads, and string builder is non-synchronized. That means it does not save from the thread. When you are creating something, that time the thread will be generated, that time the string builder is not safe from the thread. After that, our next point is that our string buffer is less effective than our string builder. Why? Because our string buffer is time more, it consume more time for the compilation or for the execution. That means it takes more time as compared to the string buffer, and string builder is more effective than our string buffer because it takes less time for the processing or compilation. After that, we go towards the next point, that is when the introducing that string buffer and builder. This is string buffer is introduced in Java's JDK 1.0 version. That is announced in 1995, and string buffer is announced in JDK 1.5, that is introduced in 2000 year. That time Java will be owned by the Oracle. So after that, the one more important point is that our string is immutable, and our builder and our string builder and string buffer is mutable. So why? That is the main difference. Let's we see. When we creating a string, that time, as we seen, we are creating string by the two ways, that is by literal and that is by, and another way is by using new keyword or creating by object. That time when we using a literal method, that time the memory allocation will be done in SCP, and when we creating by using new keyword, that time it creates a two memory locations in heap memory and in SCP. Due to that, the one more copy is stored within the our SCP, and that SCP can pointing the different strings. Let's suppose I am creating a number of string of the same data, like I am creating string of Weibo at 3 times, but that time I am using a same string as Weibo, and I can create as a S1 is equal to Weibo, S2 is equal to Weibo, and S3 is equal to Weibo. That time that both S1, S2 and S3 are pointing towards that one memory location which is allocated for that Weibo string within the SCP. That means when we are pointing for the S2, it shows same memory location. When we are pointing for the S3, it shows same memory location. Let's suppose I am doing some changes within that string. That time that string can also also have to change within that memory stored in SCP. So that is not done because our other strings are depends on that same memory location. Due to that, our string is immutable. But in our string buffer and string builder, we are creating string buffer and string builder only by using new keyword, as we seen in our syntax. Due to that, we are creating the object in string buffer or string builder. That time memory allocation is done within the head memory and within this. Due to that, we are able to do some changes as per our requirement in string buffer and string builder is possible. That's why string buffer and string builder are mutable. That is some little bit explanation about string buffer and string builder. Thank you.